Ripley is one of the more standout series on Netflix right now.
Tom. Please, Tom.
Tom Ripley.
Captivating viewers with its intense storytelling and complex characters. This series, based on Patricia Highsmith's beloved novel, The Talented Mr. Ripley, brings the intriguing world of Tom Ripley to life. Andrew Scott's portrayal of Tom draws viewers into a web of deceit as he navigates high society and his own manipulative tendencies. The series is praised not just for its faithful adaptation of the suspenseful elements of Highsmith's work, but also for the fresh layers that it adds, making it a hit among both new viewers and longtime fans of the novels. However, despite its success and the rich detail of the show, there are several significant elements from the original story that are not included in the Netflix adaptation.
What a dreary day.
That's perfect.
And in this video, we're going to show you 8 of these missing details that have been left out. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Number 1. Dicky Greenleaf's family situation back home. In the original 1955 novel, Dicky's mother, Emily Greenleaf, is suffering from leukemia. This critical piece of information adds a layer of urgency and complexity to Dicky's character, which the series briefly touches on in the first episode when Tom is sent to Italy to bring Dicky back. However, the show doesn't go into detail about why Dicky's reluctance to return home is particularly striking. His mother's terminal illness makes his decision to stay in Italy, away from his family during such a critical time, reveal a lot about his priorities and character. This detail could have added a deeper emotional context to Dicky's actions and interactions with other characters, making his storyline even more compelling. This missing detail not only affects the depth of Dicky's personal narrative, but also alters the emotional stakes of the story. Number 2. Tom's New York crew. In the Netflix series, Tom Ripley, portrayed brilliantly by Andrew Scott, comes across as a real loner, which adds to his mysterious aura. But this is not what's in the original story. In Patricia Highsmith's original story, Tom actually has a pretty active social life back in New York. He's not just roaming the streets alone. He has friends, and even a roommate. There's Bob Delancey, his roommate, who he isn't exactly thrilled about, but still, they share a space. Then there's Ed, a buddy that he hangs out with socially, and Cleo.
I'm going to be honest with you, Tom. You're the first of Richard's friends who's even been willing to listen to me.
So what can I do?
A platonic female friend who brings out a softer side in him. These friendships show a Tom Ripley who's more connected and a bit more normal than the lonely figure we see setting sail for Italy in the series. Number 3. Margs' background and beliefs. In the Netflix adaptation, Marge Sherwood, played by Dakota Fanning, is portrayed as a focused and somewhat secular character. Most of her attention is directed towards her book and the complexities of her relationship with Dicky.
Which refrigerator?
What are we talking about?
What you might not catch from the series is that, in the original novel, Marge comes from Ohio, not Minnesota, as mentioned towards the end of the series. Also, her Catholic faith plays a part in her character's makeup, something that the series glosses over. In the book, her religious background and Midwestern roots paint a fuller picture of her motivations and reactions, especially in the face of the moral dilemmas presented throughout the story. The series opts to leave these aspects out, perhaps to streamline the story or focus more on the main plotline involving Tom and Dicky. Number 4. Tom's conscience after Freddy's death. In the Netflix series, Tom Ripley, portrayed with chilling detachment, handles the untimely demise of Freddie Miles without a hint of remorse. Freddy, brought to life by Elliot Sumner, is portrayed as a more reserved and inherently antagonistic figure, quickly clashing with Tom. This dynamic escalates to the point where Tom sees no other option than to eliminate Freddy to protect his assumed identity as Dicky. However, the series chooses not to delve into the aftermath of this act on Tom's psyche, presenting him as largely unaffected. Contrast this with the original novel, where Tom is haunted by guilt and shame after killing Freddy. The book portrays his psychological struggle, providing a richer, more complex understanding of his moral compass, or lack thereof. Number 5. The Case of the Missing Suitcases. Inspector Ravini, diligently working to unravel the mysteries of Dicky's disappearance and Freddy's murder, faces a tough time without solid evidence, relying heavily on witness testimonies. The series paints a picture of an investigation that hits dead ends, without substantial breakthroughs. However, in the original 1955 novel, the investigation takes a more promising turn. When the Venice police discover Dicky's suitcases and canvases. These items, stashed away by Tom in Venice, serve as crucial pieces of evidence pointing towards Dicky's last known whereabouts. Evidence that almost blows Tom's cover. This moment of tension, where Tom nearly gets caught, adds a layer of suspense and danger to the narrative that the series misses out on. Number 6. The Tale of Aunt Dee. There's a moment where Tom, played by Andrew Scott, implies that his Aunt Dottie has passed away. This occurs when Marge, curious about the luxurious house Tom is staying in, asks him who died to make it possible for him to afford such a place. Tom suggests that it was his aunt, creating a story that fits his grand surroundings and his need to cover up his tracks. However, in the original novel, this narrative takes a different path. When faced with a similar question from Marge, Tom doesn't claim that his aunt died. Instead, he conjures up a different excuse, leaving Aunt Dottie very much alive by the end of the book. This shift in the story in the series might seem minor, but it's quite revealing. It underscores Tom's propensity for deception and how effortlessly he can weave a lie into his interactions, making him a more complex and calculated character. Number 7. Tom's final destination. Tom manages to elude capture and end his journey in England. This twist is facilitated by Reeves Minot, a character portrayed by John Malkovich, who emerges as a significant figure in Tom's life.
Just to say hello.
He raises cars. The Contessa.
Reeves provides Tom with a new fraudulent passport under the alias Timothy Fanshawe, allowing him to escape with Dicky's wealth and a prized Picasso painting. This partnership between Tom and Reeves showcases a deep dive into criminal solidarity, painting a complex picture of Tom's alliances. However, the narrative takes a different turn in Patricia Highsmith's original novel, The Talented Mr. Ripley. Instead of ending up in England, Tom actually finds his way to Greece. This change in locale is not just about geography. It represents a different arc in Tom's escape and the continuing saga of his life on the run. The novel's ending underscores Tom's perpetual quest for a new identity and a fresh start, which continually eludes him. Number 8. The Moment Tom Decides. In the Netflix series, the portrayal of Tom Ripley is that of a calculating, mysterious figure, making it quite a challenge to understand his true motivations or plans. This enigmatic nature is especially evident in how he deals with Dicky Greenleaf. The series paints a picture where Tom's decision to kill Dicky seems almost an inevitable conclusion to their deteriorating relationship, with little insight into the exact moment when Tom decides to commit the act. However, in the original story, we learn that Tom's decision to kill Dicky is made quite suddenly, during a train ride to San Remo. This moment is crucial, as it's where Tom, overwhelmed by paranoia and analyzing every word and action from Dicky, convinces himself that Dicky is plotting to get rid of him. This realization pushes Tom to the edge, leading to the fateful decision as they approach their destination. And those were the top hidden and missing references and details from the Ripley series. It's actually quite fascinating to see how adaptations can vary from their source material, and what these changes do to our understanding of the characters and the story. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with more deep dives and analysis. Your support helps us to keep digging into more movies and series just like this one. And of course, give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think of these missing details? Would you have liked to see them in the series? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.